Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the IndieZone. My name is Kathy. Today is December 19th, 2024, and we have been monitoring the docket in Idaho versus Kohberger to learn when the clerk of court was going to release a document that was filed by the defense a week ago. On the 13th of December, it was the public record. It's not under seal, and it has to do with the 20th supplemental discovery request. Unfortunately, that document still has not yet shown up on the docket. However, there are multiple other items that were docketed yesterday by the clerk, which we know by looking at the case summary sheet. That's the sheet where the clerk will chronologically make a notation of the key events in the case, when hearings are set for, and when filings are submitted. Today, on the 19th, a number of items seeking to extend no contact orders by Mr. Kohberger with multiple parties were filed. If we look at the 18th, on the case summary page, and I provided a link where you can go and look at the cases of judicial interest that the Idaho courts maintain. You go down to the Kohberger case, open up the case summary page, that is the first thing on the docket, and then go down to the last page, December 18th. The first item filed yesterday with the clerk of court. It is a stipulated motion to seal the state's motion to extend no contact orders and amended no contact orders. So let's look at a couple of things here. First, this is not under seal. The documents that are not under seal that eventually show up on the public docket are listed as PDFs. The ones that are under seal will have a little lock next to it. This stipulation is a PDF. The stipulation means that the moving party, who would have been the state of Idaho, contacted the other side to see if there was any objection to the state's filing this stipulated motion to seal the state's motion to extend no contact orders and the amended no contact orders. There apparently was no objection from the defense to seal these records. So all of the attachments are under seal. Let's look at what they say. The first is a motion to extend the no contact orders. The next is no contact order for one person identified as all are by initials. And the initials here are D as in David, M as in Mary, DM. The next is for two people, no contact order. Again, initials, B as in boy, M as in Mary, K as in Kathy, C as in Charlie, B, M, and KC. The next is for four people. No contact order with S as in Sam, C as in Charlie, SC, J as in Joseph, C as in Charlie, JC, H as in Harry, C as in Charlie, HC, and finally M as in Mary, C as in Charlie, MC. This is for four people. Next, no contact order for six people. K as in Kathy, G as in George. A as in Apple, G as in George. A as in Apple, G as in George. S as in Sam, G as in George. LL, Linda. And last, C as in Charlie, G as in George. The next is a no contact order for two people identified by the initials of J as in Joseph, K as in Kathy, and J as in Joseph, K as in Kathy. The next, the no contact order for K as in Kathy, L as in Laura, S as in Sam, L as in Laura, KL and SL. The next and final attachment here, the exhibit. The proposed no contact order for B as in boy and F as in fairy, BF. Then There are two more documents that I want to talk to you about in just a moment because they deal with discovery, and it may have a clue for us with this 20th supplemental discovery request that we have been waiting to drop that still has not dropped as of yet. But going back to the no contact orders, you will recall from way back when the case first started, when the proceeding was in Latah County, Judge Megan E. Marshall entered a number of no contact orders that the defendant, Mr. Kohberger, was to have no contact with a number of individuals. They were also sealed. That was in January of 2023. We are just a few days away from January of 2025. So there's a possibility that those original no contact orders was for a period of time, maybe for 2 years, or was contingent on a specific event that has come or is about to come. And maybe that's why the state at this time, on the 18th of December, filed all of these things to get the judge to enter amended no contact orders for additional periods of time. The other thing that I wanted to point out to you, these two remaining items from the 18th, they may give us a clue as to what this 20th supplemental discovery request was. Two documents were filed a week ago on the 13th. One was a public document. It was the 20th supplemental discovery request, and whenever Mr. Kohberger files them, what he will say is basically, what I'm looking for, state, what I want you to turn over is in an attached exhibit. It might be exhibit A, B, C, D. I think we're up to somewhere in the mid-alphabetic letters, somewhere M, N, or O at this point, because this is the 21st discovery request that is being served. All of them and all of the responses have been under seal since the beginning of the case. But these two items, how the clerk of court docketed them on the case summary page, says it is a stipulation, a stipulated motion to seal state supplemental request response to request for discovery regarding expert testimony. That is the item that's listed as a little PDF, and when we see that, we know that that's not under seal and it should turn up on the public docket. Again, it's the stipulated motion to seal state supplemental response to request for discovery regarding expert testimony. And again, it's a stipulation, so therefore the state contacted the defense. Look, do you have any objection to me filing this under seal? And the other side, the opposing side, whoever's looking to file discovery or serve discovery, will contact the other side, and they have consistently said no objection to filing it under seal. So that may be what this 20th supplemental discovery request is centering on, disclosing information regarding the state's expert. Response to request for discovery, where the meat and potatoes would be, the attachment, that's sealed. It has the little key lock, as we've said, on the case management page, and it says, big capital letters, sealed. State's supplemental response to request for discovery regarding expert testimony. So at this point, we're going to check the docket again tomorrow for you and report back. Tomorrow is the 20th. It will be now 8 days since the 20th supplemental request for discovery was filed. And it is also the day when Mr. Kohberger's replies to all of the pending motions to suppress evidence, Frank's hearing, motions to compel discovery that were filed, and now we've gotten a response from the state earlier in December, and the 20th is the deadline for Mr. Kohberger's filings. This will now conclude this episode of the IndieZone here on YouTube. Thank you, as always, for joining us here today.